Hello there, beautiful humans, and welcome to Antie's Adventure Assortment. The cottage has been moved forward as far as it's possible to go. It's almost touching the tree there. Here, let me turn you around. So you can see that the cottage is almost touching the tree at the front. These two trees here are where the hammock used to be, and that was in front of the cottage. And now look at it. Oh boy, and we have all this space back here. So I metal detected up to beyond that ridge of bricks there. So I've got all this space to do, and it's about 7:30 in the evening, so I've got limited time. Because tomorrow they're going to use this little machine here, and they're going to dig all this out, so I'm going to lose my opportunity. So let's see what I can find. It's really mucky. Look, there's pools of water. Fortunately, it's higher ground here. There's a big dome of bedrock under this area here, so it slopes right down, but there's a big pool there. And I don't have my rubber boots on, so this is going to be entertaining. Anyway, I have my Fisher F44 with me tonight. I thought perhaps with a smaller coil I might do better in this trashy area. And look at this. I get a surface find. It's a dime. I hope it's not precious silver or I'm rubbing the heck out of it. No, this is really new clad. I gotta get my glasses off so I can see. Can you see? Can you see what it is there? $2,000 and something. Let me check. This was ringing up at 85, and at first I thought it was this staple, but no, it's a 1981 quarter. That's cool. I'll take that all day long. Look at this. You can see right under the cottage. They've got it built up on these cribs. You see the I-beams here. That's the support. And they've got I-beams going the other way too. Well, there's one right here, see? And then they've got them on these I-beams here. And then they've built them up with the cribs. And because the ground slopes that way, the cribs at the front are much higher than the cribs at the back. And see this concrete pad here? This was at the edge of the stairs. So the front of the cottage was this angle here. And now it's this angle here. This is going to be very surreal when we move back in. This sort of squarish brick and concrete area was the base of the fireplace. And there's the hole the fireplace came out of. So that used to be here and pointing this way. How cool is that? Well, I pretty much exhausted the cottage site. I guess my late father-in-law didn't bury a mason jar full of silver coins down there or a bottle of fine whiskey, at least not one that I found. So I came around the side of the cottage there, through all the mess, and down to the shore. And the beach here is really quiet because I've detected that pretty thoroughly. But right here at the edge of the shore here, about 18 inches from the edge of the grass, I got a penny signal, and it is a penny. It's a Canadian copper. I can't see the date just yet. It's getting kind of dark. And my eyes aren't what they should be. Let's see if we can tell from the face on the queen. Let's see if we can see the face of the queen. Ooh. I think it's the second portrait, so my guess is this is from the late 60s or early 70s. I'll check that better when I get home. This was just lying on the surface. Oops. This coin was just lying on the surface. It looked just like the mud. I really can't even tell what it is. It was ringing about 61, so I don't know if it's a memorial or whether it's a Canadian. That's going to have to wait till I get home. Almost back to the car. Welcome back, beautiful humans. This is the roundup of my second little hunt here at the cottage. Under the cottage, where the cottage used to be. I've done a swing over the whole area where the cottage stood, and there weren't that many targets. I'm sorry to have to tell you that my late father-in-law apparently didn't bury a mason jar full of silver coins or, gold pirate doubloons. I kind of hoped he did, but I guess he didn't. And he was apparently in the habit of burying bottles of fine whiskey, but I guess he didn't bury them there. So this is what I found. I found an old soup can, which isn't too surprising, I suppose. A couple of bottle caps, foil, pieces of aluminum, some rusty nails, a washer. This looks like it's aluminum, and it looks like it was drilled out and punched out of something. Electrical staple and a pull tab, an old school pull tab. Piece of rope, too short for anything. A giant nail. Oh boy, that's a keeper. And I found 4 coins. A 1987 quarter. Looking very nice, thank you. Or is it 1981? It's 1981, even better. Very nice. This was a new drop, probably from the Workman. It's a 2019 dime. A 1975 penny, looking pretty crisp. Not as crisp on the obverse, but the reverse looks good. And my oldest coin, 1963. The last number is not very clear, but when I turned it over, it's the first portrait. It isn't the first portrait, it's the second portrait. It's a 1968. Yep, there we go, 1968. So there. And my most interesting find was not metallic, it popped out of a plug. It's some kind of a token. Most of the paper has worn off the back, but through the plastic, I can read Humpty Dumpty potato chips. It says something like, driving runner, good passer, excels on defense. And then I think it's in French down here. So this is obviously a token from some game or some collectible thing. I don't know whether it's CFL football players, if there would have been a photograph on the other side or the name of a player, or whether it was some kind of game where you made a team based on these attributes. I don't know. I'll have to take a look and see if I can find out anything. Humpty Dumpty potato chips is a Canadian brand, so we'll see what I can find. I just thought I would share with you what I discovered about this little plastic coin. In 1963, Humpty Dumpty potato chips held a promotion whereby they placed these little coins in bags of potato chips and people could collect them. And the series of coins commemorated the stars of the CFL, that's the Canadian Football League. This particular coin, which said hard driving runner, great passer, excels in defense, was for Kenneth Plain, spelt P-L-O-E-N, and Ken Plain, affectionately known as Kenny, was number 11 for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He was the quarterback of that team from 1957 to 1967. Ken was CFL All-Star in 1965, and Grey Cup MVP, Most Valuable Player, in 1961. So I will put up photos of what this coin really looked like. As I suggested, the photograph on the back is completely gone, and part of the text is missing because the paper has disintegrated. But there was enough information on this, and thanks to the power of the World Wide Web, I was able to find out that this coin indeed honors Ken Plain, number 11, from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Anyway, that was interesting and a little bit of cottage history. So I'll be taking a little break from detecting under the cottage because the workmen are now taking all the soil off the bedrock, and then apparently they're going to have to drill in and break up some of the rocks in order to flatten the area to pour a foundation. So I'm going to be staying out of the line of fire, so to speak. But I will be able to detect their tailings once they've excavated. And the material isn't leaving the lot, so when they spread it out again, I'll be able to detect it there. Who knows, maybe I'll find that bottle of doubloons after all. Okay, my friends, that's it for now. Until I see you again, here's Auntie, waving goodbye. Toodaloo!